So same game plan for both teams, same game plan. Asset to delay. But really, I think what Scourge is doing right now is just to stay alive, simply stay alive. Interesting choice on the blade mail. I gotta say that's probably not the best choice because at this point of the game he lacks the DPS to warrant the focus fire to be thrown at him. And Ehome on many occasions has shown that yeah, we'll just rape your entire team and then we'll go on the Alchemist, which at this point I think Alchemist, yeah, Divine Rapier on, and they are just going up on high ground. We do see a really long range arrow coming on the Venomancer, but at this point I don't think the Scourge could even initiate off of that. So fairly tamed and anticlimactic, and we do see a great initiation coming on from the Sentinel team. A Black Hole is going to be getting 2 heroes, and really this is just a team wipe here. Storm Spirit is going to be polishing anyone, and look at this, absolutely zero focus fire on the Alchemist. Absolutely zero focus fire coming on the Alchemist, and the Chinese college team is going to be calling off a GG. Kill count extremely close, but this was not a close game at all. And this was not the most like flashy victory that Ehome has ever won. I mean, Ehome, like back in ESWC, has like basically face rolled a lot of Euro team, and those victories were like they were really flashy victories. This one, even though the Chinese college team, they lost in a very gradual pace. You didn't see them lose one big team fight and that was it. They lost in a very gradual pace. Slowly Ehome eked away with the second tower, and then they got the top tower, and then they got the bottom tower. Slowly and very surely, as you see the Ehome Burning's creep count rise and rise, you saw that Ehome was really grabbing that victory firmer and firmer. And also if you want to watch this game again via replay, or just scroll back maybe through halfway game, also really good indication that Ehome was just inching their way closer and closer to victory, was that the Venomancer was just warding the Scourge force up with the Plague Wards. Every time they're in the forest, they had like 4 or 5 Plague Wards, just absolutely everywhere, just restricting the Scourge site. And this was just a textbook victory coming from Ehome. And definitely this is how I think how you should win a Dota. Winning it extremely safely, slowly but surely pushing their line of sight up to closer and closer to Scourge, and just take off one tower at a time. A lot of time Ehome showed a lot of composure, choosing the team fights 4v5, using their huge initiating power, with the Storm, with the Lion, and the Enigma, just picking off heroes left and right. And they fought this game like 4v5, allowing Ehome Burning to farm up to the insane creep stat that he does have at this point. And throughout this game, if you notice that Ehome never fought a 5v5. Yes, there was a lot of dance on the mid fight, but that was not a 5v5 team fight. Witch Doctor never saw what hit him because he just got killed off. And yeah, most of the time Ehome just fought 3v5. And you can't just say, well, Pest was out of position. They were in their base defending, but just the initiating power from Scourge, or from Sentinel, was just too much for Scourge to handle. What could Pest do to win it? I gotta say, probably if they farm a lot better in the early game, they would have gave him a lot standing choice. You see that the Alchemist was pretty much a no factor. Even if it got the solo lane, he just did not have enough farm. Imagine if this playman was a Radiance, that would have turned the game around like a lot better. I think we were looking at 90 minutes in, and he barely had a Vanguard finish, and like a playman, which I think at 30 minutes he only had a Vanguard. If you're Alchemist, 30 minutes with Tread's Vanguard, that is just not gonna cut it, especially against Ehome. So really nice ganking coming from Scourge though. They really abused the fact that it had Hawk, especially during the mid game where they did not have any map advantage. That Hawk kept them in the game. I mean, imagine if they had no side advantage, they would just got ganked so much more. So that Hawk, like it was a very indirect way that it didn't show on the scoreboard or anything, because yeah, it didn't net them a lot of kills, but it definitely prevented them a lot of deaths. So that Hawk micro coming from Pest top was really like the point that it was really important that kept them in the game. But really, the bottom farm was a little bit too little too late. The Beastmaster was a little too little too late, and the Alchemist just definitely was a little facepalm, a little bit disappointing. So regardless, I'm really glad that I casted this game in terms of seeing what a top university Chinese team could deliver, and it shows them yes they're a level behind in terms of the top team in the world, but you gotta say it, they put up a very good showing against Ehome, and to that I really commend their effort and whatnot. So looking forward to see more looking forward to see more top Chinese um, university teams in the WCD tournament that is going to be coming in November. So and I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. Definitely haven't cast a good game for a long time. If you're wondering, after DCDH number 5, I casted a grand total of like 3 or 4 games, but it just I felt the quality of those casts weren't good at all, so I just decided not to upload it. So hopefully this game is good enough to be uploaded, and give me some feedback whether you think this was a good cast or not, how I could improve my commentary or not. Yeah, I asked in my last commentary about some feedback. Not many people gave me feedback, so again I urge you to give me some constructive criticisms to how I could improve the game and whatnot. So I think with that, I'm gonna cut this commentary off. Hope you guys enjoyed that commentary. Really well played by Ehome. Textbook Dota victory. This is Luminous signing off. GG.